everyone, I am back with another video. This is the Easter card for the Mickey and Minnie card series for 2021. This is a split closure trifold card for those of you who are just joining and haven't watched any of the previous videos. So today we are going to work on the Easter card. So let's get started. I'm just using black cardstock as my base, and this is cut at 5.5 by 11. So we're going to do some scoring on this, and I'm using my Stampin' Up! Trimmer here. So score marks on this one are slightly different. Your first score mark, just going to open this too because we're going to need it. Your first score mark is going to be at 2 15/16. So I've showed kind of an up close in some previous videos that it's going to be right here. It's going to be one tick mark before the 3. So if I move this over, you can see there's one and there's one. It's going to be the small one right before you hit the 3-inch mark. That's your 2 15/16. So we're going to score there. Okay, then we're going to move this to 7. And we're going to score there. Okay, so that is it for the scoring. And then we're going to take our larger panel. We're going to go ahead and fold that in. That's not one folder here. Okay, then we're going to take the smaller panel. We're going to fold that over. And then we're going to put a little pencil mark here where they meet. So that pencil mark is going to be our guide. Going to stick it back into our trimmer. We're going to line this edge up at we're going to line this edge up at 2.5 right here. Okay, so then we're going to take our cutting blade and we're just going to go down to that pencil mark. Right there. So there we have our split. Okay. Go ahead and erase this pencil mark here. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and start attaching some of our panels here. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to start with my larger panels. These are 2 3/4 by 5 3/8, and I've cut 2 of them. And again, like I've said in the other videos, you can choose different patterns for the inside and the outside. I do them the same. And the paper that I'm using is from this 4 Seasons and Everything in Between 2 stack from the Paper Studio. This is sold at Hobby Lobby. It is available in stores and online, so if you're interested in that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and attach these to our panels here. Okay, so this is going to go right here on the inside. Just like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the outside ones because I've already got them both out. Okay, so this one's going to go on the outside panel. I can line it up properly here. we go. Okay, and then on the inside I put a colored mat, and then I just did a piece of white cardstock for my message mat. So the colored mat, this is Stampin' Up's Highland Heather, and it's 3 7/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, so there's that one. And then my message mat is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and layer these and then get those on. Center this right on here. And then go ahead and put this on the back panel inside the card. Alright, so this is going to go right in here. Like so. Okay, so now we're going to do these two panels here. So you've got a top piece and a bottom piece, and they are slightly different. So my top is the smaller one, and it is 3 7/8 by 2 7/8. You need 2 of them. And again, I'm just doing the same pattern inside and out. But, you know, you can mix it up and choose different patterns on the inside that coordinate with what you're doing on the outside. You could do all the panels the exact same if you even wanted to. Okay, so there's that one. I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom one, and then I'll switch over to the outside. So the bottom one is 3 7/8 by 2 3/8, and you're going to need 2 of those. Again, either the same pattern or different patterns. It's completely up to you. I almost can't believe that it's going to be Easter already. It's kind of crazy. I feel like this year is going to go by super fast. Alright, so there is the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and do the 2 outside panels here. Then we can get some stamping done. And get the rest of the decorative part attached. Okay, and this last one. Right here on the bottom. Okay, so there is the basics of the card right there. So cute. Alright, now we're going to stamp on the inside, and I'm using this little egg. Comes off of, we'll just use the card. This is the Lawn Fawn Plan On It Holidays. So I'm using the stamp that says Easter, and then I'm using the little egg here. There is a little bunny head, so you know you have a couple of options with each holiday. Minus like Mother's Day and Father's Day, there's only, you know, the heart and then the tie, and then there's a little Canada Day, which is really cute. But most of them you have like 2 options to do or so for each holiday, so you could stamp both of these on the inside. I'm just going to do the egg, you know, so whatever your preference is. And I'm using the Highland Heather Stampin' Up ink pad to coordinate with the Highland Heather I've already used. So here's my little egg. And I'm just going to do one. You could do several little eggs. You know, you can put them wherever you want. I'm just going to put it down here in the corner and stick with what I've already got going on with the other cards, but you can get super creative with it. Alright, that set aside. So there's my little Easter egg on the inside. So I'm going to let that dry for a minute. It doesn't take very long at all. And we're going to go ahead and put these together. So here's my Mickey and Minnie. I always have a link in the description on how to make these. So if you guys are interested in that or needing to know how, there's always a link on how I create the bows. So I've got a little Highland Heather bow there. And I've already pre-cut. This is my little message, my little sentiment piece. So for this one, I did not pull this out, so sorry. It's the Lawn Fawn Happy 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 add-on. So I stamped the happy and then I used the lawn cuts to cut it out. So it's this one right here. I've also used the Mary and cut that out with the Mary right there. So that's later in the year. But yeah, so I used that. And then I've also used a retired Stampin' Up! Set of tags and labels to get my little labels cut out. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and attach these two pieces together here. I'm just using some Tombow glue for that. Just going to center this on here. This is why I use the Tombow for this, so I can pick it up and kind of manipulate it before it dries. So that looks okay. There we go. So we're going to stamp the word Easter right here towards the bottom of the label, and I'm using the basic black archival ink from Stampin' Up! To do that, because I have my happy is also in the black archival ink, but then I cut it out with the Highland Heather. So stamped it on the Highland Heather and then cut it out. Okay, now we're going to just stamp. Actually, I want to get my little stamp pad. This is a photopolymer stamp, so clear stamps don't tend to stamp super clear on the harder surfaces. I've learned along the way. Alright, so I'm just going to center it and get it stamped down. There we go. So this one looks like that. I am going to let that dry for a second. I don't want it to smudge. Okay. So let's go ahead and close this up. So our message, or our sentiment, is going to go on this larger panel on the outside. I'm going to go ahead and glue down the little happy, happy, happy. So I'm just going to dab some Tombow glue on here. You don't want to put too much because it'll ooze out. Okay, so I'm just going to center this right above where it says Easter. It always takes me kind of a minute to... I don't like to rush through this part because I don't want it to be all crooked and sloppy looking. I have too much OCD for that. So there is my happy Easter. Okay, so then we're gonna go ahead and, oh, I forgot the dimensionals. I gotta get the dimensionals. Where are they? Here they are. Okay, so I'm gonna use dimensionals on the back of my sentiment. I probably overuse them, but I think I've said that before. I just don't want it to look like it's caving in or anything. So I put 5 of them on there. So there's the dimensionals on the back. We're going to go ahead and just center this on this panel here. Alright, there we go. Give that a good press down. So there's our Happy Easter. Now we're going to do Mickey and Minnie down here. So just set them on here so I know where they're going to go. Get Mickey glued down. Just like so. And then this Mickey head we're going to turn into Minnie with her bow. And you don't have to offset the Mickey and Minnie heads. You can do them side by side. You know, however you want. You can change up the whole look of this to whatever you like. This is just how I've always done it since I started the series. Alright, so my bow is made from Highland Heather cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that. Right on Minnie's head. Alright, get underneath there. Just kind of press down a little bit. Okay, and then I'm actually going to get this little rhinestone. So I've got these little rhinestones right here. You can use whatever rhinestones you have. You can use little tiny pearls if you like those better. You know, it's completely up to you. And I'm going to put a little dab. Sometimes this adhesive doesn't hold very well and they pop off. So put a little dab of glue to kind of adhere that a little bit better. And there we have Minnie's little rhinestone, and that completes our Mickey and Minnie 2021 split panel or split closure trifold card for the series. This is the Easter one. So then when you open it up, it looks like that. You can decorate the inside, just needs to be flat. This panel goes in, and that goes out, and there's the card. So, if you guys have any questions or concerns, just go ahead and throw those down in the comment section below. And as usual, all the links will be in the description, so you guys can go see how I make the Mickey and Minnie heads and the bow and all that fun stuff. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching and subscribing and being so awesome. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.